Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for waiting. Sorry, we had some things we needed to fix here. Um, we're just trying to figure out some final things here before we get started. Just fixing up some final stuff. We got a lot going on here.
Nella has joined. Okay.
Okay, so Amy, can you go to, the Smash.gg tournament website?
Yeah,
Could you
no,
go on there and check in for me, please?
I did. I just did right now.
Okay, perfect.
I sent you a link, by the way.
Yeah, I got it. All right. Are you playing? Janie, you're on. I'm here.
What?
You're going
Oh, yeah.
first.
I'm going first. Oh snap!
Yeah.
Oh snap! Okay.
All right, Janie.
Oh god.
All right.
Exciting.
Would you guys do you guys want to communicate as you play? I could put you in a separate room to communicate as you play if you'd like.
Doesn't matter. I don't know how
What'd you
to.
say? Yeah, yes.
So, all right. Okay, so I think we finally got it going. We're gonna join our live chess match here. I really hope these settings are. All right, I think we're good to go. We're trying to get this chess tournament here started. Perfect. Let's get this going here. Perfect. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. We got this match going. This is between Janie K92. Janie versus Amy, who is win ticker on our bracket here. So we're in for our first match here. It's a best of 3. It is a 10-5. So it's 10 minutes with 5 seconds added to the clock when sorry, when you finish a move. And so we have the King's Pawn opening from Janie, who is on the white side. We do have the evaluation meter on the left so you can see what's going on here. I have very little chess knowledge. So please bear with me with my terrible chess knowledge. I'm trying to see where my phone is. Not sure where my phone is, but that's okay. I'll find it later. All right. So right now we have a lot of advantage. Janie with her knights out in the two positions here that you want. Uh, really textbook play here with the bishop out, but the bishop is blocked by the pawn here, which is not what you want. We do have the rook movement here on the bottom left, while Amy is protecting with the knight over on these two spots here. All right, we have these matches going, and that is a big advantage. Ooh, that's a lot of time used on the side of a lot of time used on the side of Amy here. But we have bishop movement here, but we do want that pawn going. Bishop takes pawn, attacking the knight here on this space here. And we're looking for, to see if there is another attack that will be happening here. That knight needs to move, probably going to move into this spot because this spot is blocked by the bishop here. But the other thing, the main thing, once again, I'm not great, but the only thing that I remember that stuck with me is that when you move a piece, you should have a reason for moving your piece. If you're just moving a piece because you feel like it means nothing, right? So you have to think, you got to think this through, and you got to play it very smart. So we're going to have the pawn moving forward to protect the knight. We do want to see this pawn moving out, though, because we want the bishop attack on the knight here. And we're going to see if that's going to happen there. But it's this pawn formation is good, the triple pawn formation here, but it is blocking the bishop, which is not what you want. That is definitely not what you want here. Okay, so we have a castle on the side of Amy here. We have a castle king over here. So kingside castle, we have the rook out. We really want this pawn out of the way. This is not helping us here. We probably would like for this to move up and pawn to move up even further, or even move the pawn up first, protecting it, then push it down one more for half protection, and then push up here. And that would be a really nice triple defense here by the pawn. That's what we want. Hopefully that's the end goal that we want here from Amy. But we do have the knight pushing forward, pushing advantage here, which is not going to be the greatest move here. Mainly because Janie would have had a free... Oh, never mind. That is aggressive push against the rook. Very aggressive push against the rook. We have the bishop taking it. Janie sees the opportunity. She takes the knight, and there the knight goes. Goodbye, knight. And so now we have here, so far, we have Janie with advantage taking the knight here up one. We do have the pawn pushing forward here. We do want to see this pawn pushing forward as well. We want this bishop out. We want this bishop out. We really need to make way for the bishop. We have the pawn moving forward here. White having significant advantage right now in this situation. Trying to see where this is going to lead us here. What Janie or what Amy is thinking, how she wants to approach this defense. Not entirely sure what's going to happen here. Like this bishop's stuck. There's nothing. The bishop doesn't have any full force against this rook right now. In the meantime, right, we have a couple things. Like we can push this pawn forward. If we push this pawn forward, push the knight here, then the queen can't take it, and we have a fork on the bishop. The bishop has to move, which gives a lot of pressure, and I think Amy would have a little bit of trouble dealing with that. There's the pawn pushing forward. That's what we want here. We want the bishop to have space, although there's no exact good position for the bishop to be in, but the option is available. Like you want to have that option available in case something ever goes wrong, right? So that's honestly not bad here. We have the knight protecting pawn. So this pawn's protected here by these two units here, right? We have the pawn, we have the knight protection. We do want the bishop out. We see pawn taking pawn on d5. So pawn takes pawn on d5. We have bishop moving towards knight. Bishop moving towards rook. So my assumption here, we have the knight moving here. Honestly, take the rook. So we have the pressure on the bishop. Oh, that's bad. That's a free bishop. You had to protect that bishop. Now the knight's in a rough situation right now. The knight has to move, but if the knight moves, you take rook. Yeah, the rook trade is going to definitely be worth, yes. MC Lee agreeing with me here. Oh, that is not good. We're going to have a pawn pushing here. Bishop and pawn's going to double check the rook there. Both rooks might disappear here, or at least one rook's going to disappear. That's a really bad spot to be in. There's going to be the knight take. Queen's going to take that. Bishop's going to take rook. And that's going to be big advantage right now for black now. Amy turning it around. Bishop take rook has to be the next move here. That's going to be huge advantage here. That's going to be my guess. Yes, there it is. Bishop takes knight, queen takes bishop. Bishop takes rook, sorry, queen takes bishop. And then pressure onto the knight here. Janie needs to get into a better position, moving the rook back to be a little more defensive here. This is intense. This is really intense, not going to lie to you. Sorry, just going to fix this here. Put that in the middle there. All right, we have the pawn moving forward, so we're just going to look back at the previous move. We have knight c3, pawn takes d5, and then pawn takes d5. So that's where we are at right now. We have knight and we have queen, but we also have knight protecting, but that's still going to be a winning trade. We could put pressure. We could see the bishop putting pressure and bringing it out. Like this bishop bringing it out here would be a pretty safe spot. Because it is also protected by rook. We want this rook out of the corner, but this rook is in a decent spot too. We want to put pressure with the queen as well. What if the queen goes here? So if queen goes here, we have pressure on the knight, which has to be responded to, but that's a really good, trying to be a really good defense, but we're seeing that the influence here, that's probably more, is better on the side of, white. If we have the queen pressure, we have the pawn move up, we have the rook, that might be worth it. Because that pawn is going to be locked down by the queen. If the queen takes here. So it'll be take, and then rook takes here, and then queen can still take here. So I think that's going to be overall a winning trade. That we need that queen in position here to get the pawn in position for the queen, and that allows the knight to be taken as well. We're looking for that advantage here. That's probably going to bring Janie back And what's going to stop that? Honestly, we have to remember Amy's ahead. Amy's technically ahead. She's ahead by a rook. That's not the position you want. I don't know about that because that's going to put pressure on the bishop, and that knight's going to be stuck. I don't know if that's the right move. We do. That's a little bit rough. If we move the bishop now, we could get the rook out, and that would attack the queen. That's what we want here as well. So if Amy sees that here, we could move that bishop up, rook over. So bishop down, rook over, and then rook down. But we're going to see a queen movement onto the rook. That's bad. So the reason why that's bad is because the knight moves up here and takes rook. So Janie, all Janie has to do here is ignore the queen. Ignore the queen. That's all Janie has to do. So a lot of things here, so a lot of situations here is like, oh, the queen is attacking my rook. Does that put me in a bad position? And most people will say yes. The issue here, though, is that if you pressure her rook, then she has to think twice. You want to be able to pressure the rook here with the knight. That's going to be a huge advantage. No, actually, sorry. No, that's bad. What am I saying? Pressure the king. Check the king, take the rook. That's a free rook. Check the king, take the rook. Check the king, take the rook. That's what you want. This is the move that we want. We want knight here to check the king to take the rook. That's what you want. That's the fork you want here. So we want this to check and check here. There it is. We're gonna get the check. That rook's in trouble now. That's gonna be huge. King has to move. That's gonna be a free knight, and the knight is safe. That's big. So that's going to be a knight trade. I don't know if the queen trade is going to be worth it. I feel like she's going to back off. If the knight goes here, I would start taking pawns. King towards it is good. I would still take the rook. I think that's a really good trade. Knight for rook is always a good trade. Oh! Oh! I don't know about that move. That is rough. Okay, queen takes bishop. That's not bad. That's a safe trade. Yes, that's going to be a safe take. Take. I don't. Oh, that kind of hurt to see. Not gonna lie to you right now. That kind of hurt to see. All right, so let's see how this is going here. So we have the pawn pushing up for pressure. Um, right now at this point, I feel like she could just get away with almost anything. I feel like Amy can get away with almost anything right now. Um, like we should get the bishop out. We should get the bishop out. Get the bishop out. Get the knight out. That's gonna be the most ideal move, I think. And then, um, we'll see. I feel like she's gonna do this though afterwards, but we'll see. That's my guess. That's my guess on what the next move is gonna be here. And the king g7 pushing towards the knight. Okay. So king takes knight is probably might be the next move. Which means the knight doesn't really have much space to move. The knight is going to be gone. But that's still advantage for black. Hard advantage for black. The only thing Janie could do right now is pressure the king to check. So pressuring kick to check. Bishop f5 forks the knight and the pawn. That is true. That would be a very good move for the next one here. So there's the queen going to check. The knight is going to be taken, which is fine. That's still advantage for black. Black has really strong advantage here. Bishop wants to move out. I feel like you can go safe here. So pressure the queen. Oh, no, sorry. Don't do that because that's pinned down. Sorry. Rook's pinning down knight. Knight can't move. Okay! That's going to pressure queen, though. So queen has to move. Rook take rook. Rook take rook. That has to be the next move, right? Oh, no. It's in check. See, look at all these things I'm missing. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at chess. So that's going to be check here. King has to move. King's probably going to move here. Don't want to move it into the corner. And then is it going to be a rook on rook trade? Is that what she's looking for? So king moves here. Yep. Is that going to be a rook on rook trade? Rook trade? That's my guess. That's my guess. Yes, there's 16 people playing today. There are 16 people playing in the tournament. This is one of the few games that we are playing here. All right. So we do have rook take. That's what we... So that's in check here. Queen has to move back. That's the only defense that she has, which will give enough pressure to break. That's going to be queen pressure here. Rook takes, and it's going to be GG. So queen moves back here. Queen goes here. So that has to be the only move. Oh, I don't want to cancel that. So that's going to be it. I'm going to post on Instagram right here. There's the queen. I want to see. Okay. Wow. She's like, I don't need that rook. Who needs that rook? No one needs that rook. Yeah, push back. And then we probably want to see knight here and then queen push here. And that might be over. Or queen push here and knight. Janie is out of lock. Lock. I said lock. What am I doing? All right, we have our first game going on stream. Come join us on stream. Say hi to chat. Hi, chat. And we have Black won by checkmate. And we're going to see a rematch. So that's going to be 1-0 for Amy. So 1-0 for Amy. And there we have it. They just need to click rematch and they are good to go. I'm going to report that game for them right now. Game 1 is going to be a win. They just need to report that game one is a win. Oh, whoops, on the side of Win Tigger here. Making sure that's good to go. We're gonna jump into this match here. We're just trying to see if there's anything here. So right now we are having a little bit of trouble here with okay, so let's head over to the chess bracket while we wait for the next match to start. Oh, we have a shift down on the chess bracket. Whoopsies. Let's shift that a little bit downwards. Just want to make sure that fits on the screen there. There we go. We got a stretch. All right. You're making me stretch in the middle of this while we have our chess tournament. All right, I see you. We're gonna do a stretch. Ugh. Oh. Ooh, I felt my back crack. Okay. So we have a couple matches already winning here. We do have both people on F DQ'd. They did not show up to the match. As a result, the winner of Chess Moteo versus Jilly Bear is going to be chilling until the semifinals. They're going to be hanging around for a while. I'm just going to double check here. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we're going to have a DQ here. Submitting that result there. Why is criticals DQ? What? Sorry, there's been some weird updates here within our bracket here. We're just going to refresh the bracket to see if anything changes here. I don't know why it shows criticals as DQ. That's weird. This is complications on our chess stream here. Yeah, we have a lot of DQs happening here. We're just trying to figure all of these details out right now. Oopsies. For this, we're going to edit this one. We're still trying to figure out what's going on here. Just going to reset one of the brackets here. So match has been reset. Reset and fixed. All right. So we're just trying to see if anything is happening right now. Just give me one moment, chat. Just give me one moment.
Here. Okay.
What?
Amy and Janie are
What?
setting up their second match.
Oh, here.
We're trying. We're trying.
Down. Yeah, check. Hold on 1 second. I don't know where the chat. Oh, chat. Here, got it. Got it. Janie, I got it.
Cool.
They aborted their game. All right, sorry guys, we're just trying to fix all of this right now. Thank you very much for your patience. Kodako, I know you're watching right now. Kodako, you are facing criticals. If you can communicate with criticals is not DQ'd. I don't know why it's coming up as DQ'd right now. We're trying to get that fixed. I'm going to reset this match and we're going to fix this. Sorry, give me 1 second. We're going to do check-in for criticals and we're going to do a DQ here. And that should fix it. Okay, I think we fixed it. Perfect, we're good. All right. So Kodako and Criticals, you guys should be able to play just now. So we will get that game started. We can also, I am going to go back to see if they are playing their second game here. Yes, they are. So we are watching their second game here. So let's come back here. So right now, game 2 match of G is going to happen right now. I'm not sure why it's taking a while for them to set up. They just need to click rematch. But yeah, game 2 of match G should be happening right now. We should have these positions flipped, though. Game has been aborted by the server. They did not start in time. So I'm just going to quickly talk to the players real quick, and we're going to figure something out. We're just going to fix that here real quick. Hi, Janie. Hi, Amy. Sorry, I moved you to a separate channel here. Janie, you don't have to move back. You're in a separate channel on purpose with me.
Keeps doing this.
Okay. So is there a little bit of trouble setting up the room?
I sent it, but I think it auto aborted.
Yes, you need to start the game like within 5 minutes, or the game
That's
auto
me. Oh my
aborts.
god, I thought it was Amy. That's my bad. That's actually my bad.
No, that's okay.
Oh,
So Amy should be getting white side for this second
Yeah,
match.
it's not. I don't know why.
yeah, accept.
So if you play her, Janie, can you click resign for me, please, on this one?
It says draw and abort. I can't find a resign. Confirm
Click
resign.
draw. Click draw, and then click rematch when it offers it, please.
Draw.
And then Amy, click draw, and then could you both click rematch?
Yes.
Yes, quick rematch.
Match.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay,
Now it's switched.
there you go.
All right, you guys are good to go.
Right.
So I'll put you back, and you guys can mute. All right, there we have it. So what is box above my head? The box above my head is the move list. Box above my head is the move list. We have Amy on white now with Queen's Pawn opening. We have the Queen's Gambit. That's gonna be interesting. All right, we have the double pawn facing each other. Yeah, so we have the move list above. That's what we're gonna leave that for. All right, so we have knight to c3, pawn takes. That is a free pawn technically. There was nothing defending it. White having huge advantage here. Queen moving up. Pawn's structure here. All right, knight moving to queen. Castle? But queen's gonna get taken. That's a free queen. That'll be free queen. I take that. Queen for knight. There it is. Queen for knight. That's gonna take that. Quick take, take, take. Take. Nice. White has strong advantage here. Up in pieces. Rook is out, but down a queen. That's going to be very hard for Janie to come back with it, but I feel like she could do it. I think Janie can do it. I'm wondering how she wants to develop. She can just take it slow. Yeah, development here, right? Pawn to h3, knight up, good. That's staple defense, really good. That's going to be a free bishop. Pawn. Oh, pawn here. We can have knight moving out. Going to be a lot of stuff. I mean, this is really good development. You can bring bishop out, knight out, castle. There's a lot of different options here that we can do. We have pawn moving up. Bishop to c5. Black does need to play a little bit slower. Seeing all the available options, yeah. I mean, 10 minutes on the clock is a lot of time, right? 10 minutes on the clock is a lot of time. We have pawn take here. That pawn's getting awfully close. You want that rook out of the way, or even just blocking it. But that pawn's not good. But we do have a pawn block here. Black is playing bullet chess. A little, yeah, quite fast. Quite fast. All right, pawn takes. pressuring the knight. Okay, pressuring back on the bishop, but easily taken by the pawn. Right. So now black is in a very very rough situation here. This is not good. This is not good. This is not what we want. We have the rook pressure now. Bishop is now pinned down. Bishop cannot move. We want the knight out. We want the knight here so the rook can come in and take the blow. But it looks like this game might be over very soon. Because even then, that bishop's gonna go. The knight's gonna go with the trade here. It's not looking too good. It's not looking too good. So we're gonna take the rook take. Yep. King's gonna get pressured. Has to move out. Bishop knight's gonna have to move here. We need that rook out. All right. King moving left. Rook's gonna move left. King moves one more left. Rook's gonna move one more left. No, you should pressure the rook here. That's what you wanted to do here. But queen's gonna pressure here. King has to move this way, and it's slowly going to be checkmate like this. I think knight's gonna move over. Yep. This is not good. I think king's going to move here. Rook's going to move back. You definitely don't want it cornered. If you corner, that's going to be GG. We don't want that. There it is. We're probably going to have queen come down here. And that's going to be game. Queen here, and that should end it. Oh! Okay. Just queen down. Queen down, checkmate, right? Queen c6 was checkmate. We just needed that. This knight really needs to get out of the way, though. This rook has been stuck this whole game with nothing it could do. Shout outs to Janie for sticking it out, though. Most people would resign right here. Janie's thinking hard now. Not sure what she could do in this situation. I don't know if that the pressure is worth it. It probably would have pressured here, and that's going to be checkmate onto c8. Game, good game, great match, and that's going to be a win from Wintigger again. That's going to be a 2-0 win for Wintigger there. And that's going to be GG. Well played, both players. A little bit rough of a match. The main thing I think here was that queen loss. This was rough. Queen c7, knight b5, and then castle. That was a little rough. That queen needed to move. Whether it's even here or here, castling was not the right call here. Even moving here, pressuring the king for check would have been okay, but the queen had to move. But otherwise, overall, well played by both players. Both games, really good to see. So that's going to be 2-0 on the side of Amy against Janie. So we have the bracket here. Wintigger winning between Nala, so that was Janie and Amy. They're going to win, and Wintigger is going to move on to the quarterfinals here. We do have another DQ that's going to happen here, and Chess Moteo is going to move on forward as well. So just seeing here what's going to happen. It is almost 2 o'clock. We do have the next round starting at 2 o'clock here. Whoa. That's not what we want. Let's go to the bracket here, please. There we go. So Chess Moteo going all the way to semifinals, which is quite interesting. I don't know what's going on here. Verifying results. We do have it here. Win-win for Jesu. On that one there, we do have TAS versus S2 that's still going. You're in semis because we had a double DQ here, so you're all the way in semis. So you got lucky with your placement, actually, with your DQs. So that double DQ was very lucky for you. So that's a double DQ here all the way. That's a big rip. Kodoko, you and criticals can get started if you'd like. I'm gonna bring that chat down. Whoopsies! I should be talking to that on the other side. All right, I think.
Really good. I think you should do an interview. It'd be pretty cool. I would love that.
All right, we have interviews first. Okay.
Oh my gosh, why is this not working? Hello. Oh my goodness.
All right, I think. How are you, Janie?
Yeah, I think you should do an interview. Pretty cool.
Janie, how are you?
Hi. What? Okay, this thing is being weird.
What's being weird?
Oh, is it working? Okay,
Yeah, it's
cool.
working.
Okay, cool.
All right, Janie, would you want to introduce yourself to the viewers at home before we get our next match on stream?
Hi, I'm Janie. Currently unemployed because COVID, so have too much.
Dang, you going personal.
Have too much free time. That's all you get, though. That's all you get.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, with that being said, did you have fun playing against Amy?
So I just found out Jacob's playing, so he's really good, actually. Amy.
Oh, was that Jacob playing?
Yeah, Jacob. He's really, really good. That was
wow.
actually really crazy.
That was well played. Yeah, no, Jacob
really
did
good.
all the right moves. I was looking at it, but what was it? Both matches that Jacob was playing?
I think Amy played a little bit of the beginning in the first one, and then I think Jacob took over.
Cool, that's neat.
It was really good. It was so intense. I was like, oh no. I realized my blunders after. I was like, oh no, I hate that. It's like the worst.
Awesome. Well, what made you join the chess tournament this time? Because this is your first tournament joining with us on CEL.
So I watched Queen's Gambit, and then I think Sarah mentioned about the chess tournament, and then I think I told her I just watched the Queen's Gambit, and I think she had mentioned that was the popularity of chess. So I was like, okay, cool. So she was like, I better see you on there, and then I almost forgot, and then I got a reminder, and then I joined.
I see. Okay. Well, that's good to hear.
Fun.
I mean, Queen's Gambit was, I think, majority of most people. I mean, it definitely sparked my interest in chess again. Like, it was good to see
Same.
chess come back. Like, I feel like chess was dead, and then that show blew it up again, which made me kind of happy because I did miss playing chess.
Yeah, honestly, I never really played chess all that much. I feel like I've only played maybe like the amount of times I've ever played was maybe like a handful of times I've ever played that I remember. But yeah, like after watching Queen's Gambit, I'm like, this is pretty cool. It's much more intense than I ever would have originally thought. So I was like, who knew little pieces in a board was so intense? So it was kind of cool. So it was a lot of fun.
Nice. That's good to hear. I mean, do you have anything to say to viewers who are kind of scared to try out the tournament or anything like that?
Don't be, because I've never done it, and this was a lot of fun. I mean, it's not a big deal whether you win or lose. It's just all for the fun.
Oh, thank
And
you
all
so
learning
much for
too,
that.
because you
Yeah.
learn so much.
No, it's good. I'm honestly, I was very happy to see that you joined. I know you join us on stream.
Yeah, I watch you
And
guys.
you
It's
watch
really
stream
funny.
every now and then, and that's awesome, especially on Fridays for the community game nights.
Yes.
So like that's awesome to see and hear you come out and try it. So let's see. I had one more question in mind while we're watching this other game happening here. Kyungsu gave you a shout out. Chris Lee giving you a shout out.
See that? What did they say?
He's just a shout out to Janester with a heart. Lots of love.
Thank you.
Lots of love there. So yeah, I mean,
can't wait to see everyone play.
yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see the rest of the tournament. Sadly, it is only single elimination, so you are out of the tournament.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously.
Okay, one final thing before you go. Yeah. If we were to have another tournament, is there another tournament you'd be interested in joining?
Like other than chess?
Yeah, maybe other than chess, because we may have another chess tournament in the future.
I mean, I'm down for another chess tournament, but I don't know any other thing so far that has piqued my interest.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. With that, I will leave you be, Janie. Thank you so much for joining our tournament. It was fun casting your games with Amy and Jacob. That was actually really fun to watch. Like, both of you had some back and forth. It was actually really intense in the first game.
Yeah, I think the second round I was like, okay, wow, I went a little too fast, but I'm like, okay, but whatever, let's go with it. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Thank you once again, Janie. Fun, take care. I'll see you on stream chat.
Yes. Bye. Okay,
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so let's cast this game here. Sigurino versus Amy here. Amy on black side, Sigurino on white side here. We are seeing advantage here. We do have pawn moving up here. On the last one, I don't know if that was the right call. We did have advantage on the side of black here, with pawn to b5, pawn to a4. Moving up even further, losing the defense here. I don't know if that's worth it. Queen's gonna move up here. This could still go both ways. White still having advantage. I feel like bishop pressuring queen would have been the better call. So we're gonna have rook shift over here. So that's pressuring queen, but bishop has to move first. I would move bishop here. I'd pressure queen. That's the one I'm seeing right now. I'm trying to see if anything else is coming into mind right here, but there's nothing else that's coming to mind here. This pawn is protected by rook, so the queen can't take that pawn. So that's actually pretty safe. We could also go queen on the offensive, but queen locking down the bishop is not bad either. We do have both knights gone on the side of black. We are going to see the bishop pressure here. Okay, so bishop pressuring queen, bishop protecting. So bishop, We are going to have to see one more defense on that. That queen has to move. We don't want that queen there. It's in the line of the rook right now. I think the queen has to move here. Where is it going to move? That is a good question. I would move it here, protecting the bishop here. I think would be the best call. So queen to c8 would be my call. Queen to c8 would be my call, protecting the bishop here. And that would protect bishop with pawn, so bishop can't take for free, and that allows him to move the rook as well. We want to get that rook moving into a better position, but he's going for it. That queen's gone. Rook's gonna take here. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! So queen's gonna move up. We need to see this rook out right now. The castle's probably gonna be the best call. But we are gonna see rook move back here. Ooh, this is rough. This is rough. Um, we do have pawn takes e6, queen takes this. I would highly suggest rook moving up, protecting bishop. The knight is locked down. Either the king moves or the rook moves. There's the king move here. That protects both bishop and rook. Queen's probably going to do that. Yep. So that's going to be the knight there. The king's going to have to move. Queen's going to take bishop. So king moves here. Queen takes bishop. And then knight's going to move up. And that's going to be checkmate. Well played by Sigurino. That was a really, really good game, honestly. That was played really well. Yes, we can watch Group A game after, but I do need them to add me first. Or I need to add them. So Sigurino 1, Amy 0. So let's keep going here. All right, we have the defense here. That's probably going to move up for the final defense. Knight's going to have to move, though. Yep, knight moves. Bishop's going to leave off pressure. Bishop doesn't really have anything in its sight anymore. I believe he's going to move pawn forward. It's either that or knight moves forward. Ooh, the hydrant. I don't have water in my room right now. I need to get water. That is a good point, Sonny. Hold on a second. Keep watch. All right, I said the knight move. Give me a second. This is probably the most unprofessional chess stream that I'm doing right now. Shout outs to my parents. They made me They made me beef patties because they know I didn't eat lunch before this because I didn't have enough time. But yeah, they made me beef patties, so I'm gonna be eating and streaming at the same time. It is what it is. But so far, this defense looking good. We have the two knights in position here. We do have the full row of pawns here. We do have the h4. That's kind of so. This here is not defense. h3 probably would have been a little bit better, at least to have some defense on it. We do have a castle on king side here. Pawn up. Okay, now this is the defense here that he wants. But now that knight is going to be in a rough position here. This be pretty good. So spending a lot of time thinking. Knight to e4 for black, depending on what white does. That is true. That is safe. That's still safe. That fork to here, this will cause these two forks here. That is true. This is also good. Like right now, black just has to keep developing into really good positions. Black take, knight takes, bishop takes. That's going to be a trade. Yep. Queen moves out, check on king. That's what he wanted. That played exactly as black wanted. Queen takes pawn, putting pressure on bishop. Bishop has to move. Alright, bishop doesn't have to move. Rook's still there. So in this situation, right? In this situation, queen can move out of position and put pressure as well. Honestly, I do a queen-queen trade. I would do a queen-queen trade. That's me. Because then this has to occur. Yes, he's white's behind on a knight, but at least the queen trade would put advantage. I think king takes is a safer option. Queen takes is okay. Just gonna go back while it's eating. Okay, knight to b7, knight, take, a3, b5. Putting question on the queen. Queen is now locked down. That's not good. Okay, queen trade. Up by a knight versus bishop. I think he's risking it to not use black squares anymore. Get the rooks out. You gotta get the rooks out. Bishop, rook, like these gotta move. This is still winnable for white. 100% still winnable for white. No, bring it all the way out. Bring it all the way out. Okay. Knight moves back. Bishop move out. Knight in. Or develop these pawns. There you go. Okay. Good chop. Good. I would have probably moved it up. Bring the knight in. Bring the rook in. If rook doesn't come in, you're going to constantly get pressured all the way through. That's GG, rook. I don't know about this. 2 rooks against 1. That might be over. King has to move. Don't move down. You want... No! That's GG. Game over. Checkmate. Well played, Sigurino, not losing anything on that checkmate there. That's going to be GG. Well played, Sigurino. Very good game. Let's take a look at the bracket here and how that's going to turn out here. With Sigurino reporting that win here. So we have win first game on Sigurino. So that's going to bring Sigurino versus Chess Moteo on the next match there. If you two want to get started, please just let us know. Give me 1 second here. Want to get another game of live chess going here. I want to watch good Group I. I'm trying to get the information for Group I. Could someone... I'm trying to figure out what the Group I link is here. Let me see if I can just join using their thing here. No, that's not good. So that challenge is over. Yeah, I need to get their account name. Let me see if I can find their account name.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Tommy. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I am living the dream, sir.
Look at you, just pushing through. Round 1, round 2, and now you're all the way into round 3. I'm just adding in your match information here.
Okay.
Let's see here, just making sure. Yeah, we're good. Okay. How are you doing, dude? Like we said earlier, it's been a long time.
It has been a long time. I guess CEL League of Legends ended in August last year, right, or September. So it's been a hot second since I've been involved with the CEL event. But it's great to be back. You guys always do a fantastic job running your events and tournaments, and doing such a fantastic job with the stream. So it's always a joy to be around.
Oh, thank you so much for the compliment. We appreciate it. I'm honestly so glad that this is going as smooth, quote unquote, smooth as it is. Um, but with your matches, let's go to your matches real quick because I know you play and we played each other and you absolutely destroyed me last time we played. Uh, so with that being said, out of the two matches you played, game one and game two, which would you say was did the opponent play better?
I think they both played well. They both had moments where inexperience maybe came through a little bit more. But I was looking back at the analysis boards for the first round. I haven't done it for the second round yet. And one of the things that's just apparent to me is that opening ideas are not something as prevalent with lesser experienced players. So, knowing when you have a moment to move your knight out or move your bishops out, or what square is best for bishops, or how you're moving your pawn, how moving your pawns now is going to affect your pieces later. I was just saying on my stream as I was playing through that game, I was talking only about the dark bishops for both sides and how effective both of them were looking based on the pawn structure. And I forget which grandmaster said it, but it was like, the pawn structure is like the fingerprint of any chess game. It's the foundation that you have to play around, and how you set up your pawn structure and how you break with your pawns is really, really foundational to how effective you're going to be. Like at one point, I think I have to look back at the move history there, but I think I played the pawn break b3. Where's that? Or sorry, b6. I played b6 on move 9, and I was setting up for it for about 4 moves because I knew I had to play it at some point to go after the c5 pawn. But I had to get my light squared bishop to a more attacking square. I had to make sure that my king was safe enough because I was really worried that if I broke on the queen side with my king in the middle of the board, that I would be open to attack. So I was really working really hard to set up for that. That's why I played a really passive bishop e7. But then when my opponent took back with the knight, that's actually just a mistake because, as you saw, I could take with a bishop, the pawn takes, and then I have a queen check, which forks the free pawn. And so sometimes, and I mean, I played that sequence in 5 seconds, but I've seen it before.
Right.
Several times, right? So
you notice the opportunity.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I think a lot of people are like, oh, if you're a high ranking chess player, you must be really smart. You must be really good at chess. It's just a matter of playing long enough that the patterns fix themselves in your mind, right? Every time you see a queen that can attack the king with a check, you have to wonder, what is it going to fork? So, but I think both of my opponents played really, really well. I was really, really impressed with both of them. I think Stove said to me after the game, he's like, I played way too fast. I'm like, yeah. One of the things that I find myself doing around people when I'm playing these kind of rapid time levels, so 10 minutes, 15 minutes, is I play really, really fast because I have a lot of opening theory, baked in, memorized almost. So I can play the first 7 or 8 moves essentially with my brain turned off. And then sometimes it gets my opponents going at the same speed, and they might not necessarily have the same prep depth. And so then they'll make mistakes because they're only looking at a move for 6 seconds before realizing, oh, my queen's hanging with check.
But that's also that that's that psychological, advantage that you have almost, right? Because you have it prepared and you're causing people to, take the momentum forward along with you, and they don't realize they don't realize it until it's too late. They lose a major piece like a queen, and they're like, oh.
Yeah. And you're like, oh shoot, the game is completely over now, and I can't undo that. Yeah. I mean, I think when you're in a middle game and the board is really complicated, there's lots of pieces on the board, lots of pawns on the board, both kings are kind of being attacked. Every single move you make, you have to pause, especially in an increment like this. We're playing 10+5. You get 5 seconds for every move for free.
Yeah, exactly. You should take those 5 seconds.
Yeah, just first go, okay, is anything about to check my king? And then if there is, okay, doesn't matter. And then is anything about to attack my queen? If it is, does it matter? Are there, and so I think just asking those two questions, like your king and your queen, are two important pieces on the board, right? If you just ask yourself how the next move is going to impact your king's health and your queen's health, then it's like really, I think it will help you blunder less. I mean, honestly, chess is a game of your opponent makes enough mistakes so you win. If both players play perfect, you will draw essentially every time.
Yeah, exactly. I think a big thing though, like you said, like king and queen are important pieces, and this is just going to chat as well if you're chat that's listening. The idea here, like Sigurino here saying, Josh just saying, like just because your king is about to get checked doesn't mean it matters, because people always assume the defensive instead of also going counter aggressive. Like you have to have your options open at all times, right? There's really, it's really important to know when you can also still be aggressive to make your opponent think about their attack as well. Like there's so many routes to chess. It's I love this game. I'm not great at it, and I love watching your games because you have all these things in mind. But yeah, and as we're talking, I'm already streaming another match here.
Yeah, I have your stream up, but just muted for the moment.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so with chess like out of the way here, right? Like your games, you're winning, and we already have Stove saying, "Hey, let's have a rematch." Stove wants to rematch you.
Stove wants a rematch, eh? All right.
Stove wants a rematch. So let's go steer away slightly from the chess here, because I know Sarah wanted to kind of interview not just because of chess, but because of the community itself. So within CEL, I mean, you've shared that the tournaments are run pretty well. You know what? If you were to kind of share to the viewers, what was your favorite moments? Because you've joined the league tournament, you've joined the chess tournament now as well. What were like your most favorable moments so far that you've had with CEL?
Oh, I think so. CEL was fantastic. I mean, I've only been involved with the league tournament that we ran last summer, which was fantastic. Oh my goodness, that tournament got me fired up, man. That was a blast to be in and around and involved with. Because as a community of gamers and a community of gamers that is aiming to be Christ centered. Not everyone in CEL as a community is a Christian, obviously, but on the whole,
That's right.
having an attitude that reflects that. Rip cheating. But yeah, so in a community like that, it makes it really easy to be like, hey, like, can we be compassionate in terms of scheduling or things like that? And also, one of the things I really enjoyed about the CEL league split was we did devos before every game. And that was really, really encouraging. So for me on my league team, on the league team that we fielded for CEL last year, of the 5 of us, only 2 of us were Christians. And so for Matt and I, if you guys remember Matt, the big carry ADC, the both of us had an opportunity where we got to be really, really intentional with our friends who, haven't had nearly the same exposure to Christian community as we have. And now with, chess again like this, this is a one-day tournament, but we still get to have some super sweet interactions with a bunch of really cool people in a community that is still aiming to be Christ-centered and serve him with how we act and talk and reflect on how we're playing and stuff. So that's why I'm actually a little bit, I'm actually very surprised to see that there's a potential for Stone to be cheating.
Yeah, that is something. We do have someone who's saying there might be cheating, so we are going to have to do an analysis. Honestly, I might have to ask you because you have a membership on chess, right?
Yeah, I do.
So
do
I might have to ask you. Yes, I will feed you after this. Yeah,
if you just give me the username, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna message that on DM, and then we'll figure that out. What does accuracy for chess mean? It means that the engine itself runs what the best move is in a current situation, and to have accuracy is to choose the best move at all times. To have a 99% accuracy is kind of insane. Even grandmasters don't have 99% accuracy for most of their games,
and it depends on the game length. So if you, I've played games where I've played 99.4% accuracy before, but it was a 7-move game where my opponent blundered significantly. I found one move and then they resigned. And so I played 6 opening moves, which it doesn't really count towards accuracy, and then like one dynamite move, and boom, 99.4% accuracy. So
yeah, exactly.
You know, and then the other thing is if you play an end game where there's like very few pieces on the board, you know, almost all of the moves are super obvious, then your accuracy can go back up again really quickly. But middle games that end after about 25 to 30 moves are usually the worst in terms of accuracy. But like
Hey, Becky,
you know, in both of the games that I had
played
in round 1, I don't know if you saw any of them. I played very solid. I was really happy with my play. But I played 85 and then 95 accuracy.
Yeah, I think honestly going under 90, like, but so my only issue is we want to look at the profile and confirm that it's not only 99%, because that's definitely not accurate in any way.
Yeah.
So we will have to take a look at that. But before we do that, one final thing I want to say to you is thank you so much for joining our CEL tournament. Like you said, we are trying to make this, Christ-centered and share, or try to open up a community, not just for Christian gamers, but also gamers in general, to feel welcome and play. We are trying to adjust our Discord to make it more welcoming for the community. So if those of you in chat who have not joined our community, please join us. It's going to be a great time. We're going to try to make it more active and have some events like that and stuff. So it'll be great. Thank you so much again, Josh, coming in for this interview. I really appreciate it. If you want to shed some light for, viewers in chat about certain moves, feel free to do so. Your next match technically doesn't start until 3 o'clock, but if you want me to start it, I can start it. But that's up to you if you want to take a break.
Yeah, no worries. I'll try to get on top of that scandal. Can we call it scandal?
Yes.
And then I'll have an answer for you soon. I'll DM you on Discord. But yeah, I think I might hop up and grab a snack because I'm a little
go get
hungry.
A snack. I'm eating my beef patties.
Oh yeah, I have like 7 hours of chess today.
Oh my goodness.
Because I have this tournament right now, and then at night I have the Chessmates tournament, which is like a weekly season essentially. But yeah, so I'm plugging it. It's on my stream. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Yo, twitch.tv/Sigurino. Is it just Sigurino?
It's just Sigurino. I took the numbers off of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Twitch.tv/Sigurino. Go check him out. He is going to be sharing his weekly chess tournament next at night. So go check him out. Otherwise, thank you so much again, Josh, and I'll see you on your next match.
Sounds good, sir. Have a great afternoon.
You too. Peace. All right, as we go into this game here, this is Tassim versus Jesu. Jesu winning the first match 1-0. And we're going into this match here. And we have Amy saying thank you, Sigurino. Yes, that was a really good match to watch. I think there was a lot to learn in that match as well. I think it was played well. There was like 1 or 2 blunders that and then started snowballing, but otherwise that opening from both sides looked really good. Both sides had their like Sigurino said, dark bishops. Like all the pawns were on dark spaces. Your bishops had so much power as a result. But then I don't think that played out as well. But otherwise, those were really fun matches to cast. So thank you so much for Amy and Jacob, as well as Sigurino, Josh. But as we look into here, we have Tassim versus Jesu. I've been not casting this one yet, so let's cast this one here. We do have knight here to g5. Not sure what the pressure is here on the pawn, maybe, but that's still protected by king. We do have queen onto rook. We do want this rook out. We want this pawn out. I think pawn to a5 is fine. Pawn to a5 should work, as well as even putting pressure by putting knight to b4. I think knight to b4 is also good as well. Is Tasha really good? Tasha, her and I, the one game we played, we drew against each other. I personally think Tasha is a pretty decent player. I don't know about that one though. That's gonna be queen. She made it to second round, which is great. She does have blunders here and there, as every player does, as is the case here. So she does sometimes tunnel vision. Because I know Tasm, so that's the only reason why I'm looking into gameplay just a little bit. She does tunnel vision just a little bit. We want to keep in mind what Josh was saying earlier during his interview. Is my piece in danger? If so, does it matter? Right? That second part is so important. Does it matter? Do I care that it's in danger or that it can be in danger, right? You want to keep that in mind. Will there be more tournaments soon? Specifically for chess, we haven't planned any. We're seeing how today goes. We're going to debrief, and if we feel like it went well, we can do another one. Absolutely. Oh, that'd be great if both of you can join. That'd be fantastic. We would love that. So we are thinking, and we're gonna see how today ran. We're gonna see how we can do things better for next time, and then hopefully we can have another chess tournament for everyone. Was hopefully it was the Smash.gg site wasn't too hard to use, and hopefully everything went smoothly on your end as well. Ryan, welcome. Ryan, welcome to the stream. Welcome to our chess tournament. Yes, Josh is debunking. So he's looking into our case for us because he does have the premium, so he is able to analyze. So once he confirms that, he's going to DM me. All right, so we're looking here. Sorry, looking back, I did get a DM about the situation here with the debunk. So rook to b8, pawn to b4, pawn to b5, pawn to a4, which does. Oh no! You had advantage. You had advantage. So hold on. Let's go back here. Let's take a look at the situation here. We have pawn to a4, which is still protected by this pawn, which is fine. This queen can now move and attack the knight, right? That's important. Not only that, the knight can attack the rook, right? So you don't want to like let those situations go. So let's go. Knight to f6, pawn takes b5, pawn takes b5, rook to a8. I would say bishop to b7. Oh no, that's a bad move. No, I lied. Don't do bishop to b7, because then that would be take, take, take. Actually, bishop b7, queen, and then take, take. That might be okay. Knight protecting. Okay, that's not bad. Bishop to f5, pressuring the knight. There it is, bishop to b7. The order on which white takes pieces matters the most here. Honestly, bishop takes rook, queen takes rook, queen takes queen. It would be bad. No, you don't want that. Bishop takes knight. That's what you want. Or, sorry, queen takes knight. Bishop go brrr. That's right. Queen. So queen takes here. Take, and now this is advantage for white. Just barely. With the extra knight. But also is ahead 3 pawns to 6. Yes, beef patties. My parents made me some beef patties because they know I didn't eat dinner before this tournament that I was casting. So they heated up some beef patties for me. So that's what I'm having. I'm done now. I'm done eating. I can focus on the stream. Thank you so much for your patience, everybody. All right, we have the rook pressuring. Bishop's gonna back off. I think we want knight here. Okay, yeah, that's what you want to get out of the way. So you want that space open. We have rook, check on king. So let's go back here a little bit here. So this is the move I was talking about here, but we have the pawn to g4, pawn to h5, pawn to h3, pawn to c5, take c5, take c5, rook to e6, king has to move back, pawn takes h5 because that's free. Now there's almost no pawns left. That pawn is screwed. That pawn's dead. Yo, did I say dinner again earlier? Ugh. Bishop to d5. Okay, so white's trying to set up for the kill here. White is trying to set up for the kill. Okay, so let me put it this way. This bishop needs to do something. This rook needs to do something. I think she's trying to attack the bishop here, which is not a bad idea. Pawn moving up, good. Right, this knight here has all these spaces protected. Oops, not that one. All of these spaces are protected, which is rough. There's no way this piece can go anywhere right now. So Sigurino was in our longest tournament, which was the CEL League of Legends Summer Tournament. That was our largest tournament, longest one too. It went 2 months. And before every match, we always have a team run devotionals. And I know his team had, not everyone was a Christian. So, of course, it's not mandatory for those who are non-Christian, but we are highly encouraging it to make sure that everyone is grounded in some kind of word reading, right? Reading the word. And so that's what we want for the game community. Yes, games over 2 months. It was pretty crazy. So today having a 1-day tournament is different, to say the least. White's having a little bit of trouble trying to end the game here. The end game is a little bit rough, especially because of the pieces that she has. She does have a white bishop rather than a dark one. We did have devotional for this one here as well. We had everyone join it at around 12:30. We had devotional at around 12:45 after we explained it. Yeah, so we did have devotional for this so that everyone had another hearing of the message. I like it. Going aggressive. I like that. Right, this is what she wants to do. She wants to play aggressive. I don't know about that one though. That should have been bishop pressuring knight. Okay. Check it. Knight check. Rook check, please. Rook check, please. Please. Please, Dazzle. I believe in you. Check. Check. No! That's bishop takes bishop. That might be over. That might end the match today, ladies and gentlemen. Rook's gonna take rook, and that's gonna be GG. Nice. Honestly, just bring it all the way back. Just start sending your pawn down. Wait. Oh, well, that is protected. Oh, yeah, just rook. Oh no, you can't. You could technically do rook, but pawn up is okay too. I just send it down. The square is like 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. There's the queen. She's trying to run as far as she can. All she has to do is send rook down and then send queen down. Rook all the way down, and that's going to end the game. Has to hide behind here. Oh, that's GG. And there it is. Good game to Tassel and Jae-soo. That's going to be a 2-0 win for Jae-soo. Well played, Tassel. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming out. That was really well played. Good game. There was just one blunder here. I'm trying to figure out where that blunder was. It was pretty earlier. It was earlier in the match. I think it was queen takes. No, it's a little earlier than that. Ah, yes. King moves here. E4, F6, E1, G5, E5, D6. Pawn takes F6. Rook takes F6. Knight takes G5, and then rook to H6. This was the biggest blunder here. Then knight takes E6, knight takes E6, and then queen takes E6. So this one was really quick. These moves. So knight takes E6, and right after, knight took E6. That was one of the faster moves that she played that day, or that game, which was a little unfortunate. Because it's in check, it would have been better, to move it, maybe. Or even just like going back here, if we have knight to f6 here, like even moving it inwards, right? But that would cause, checks and stuff like that. But at least that allows her to be aggressive again. Like, you want to pin down the knight, right? Or you want to do any other aggressive portion. So you can bring out the rook, you can bring out the knight, all that kind of stuff. But otherwise, after that blunder, there was not much you could have really done. And that's going to be the match. So well played. Let's look at the bracket and how it looks like right now. With the bracket here, we have confirming the match here. Jae-soo winning 2. Oh, we have Ryan donating $10. Thank you so much for the donate. Thank you for the donation. $10 donation. That's going to head towards the prize pool. We appreciate the donation. That's awesome. Thank you once again so much, Ryan. That's your second donation. Bless your soul. $10 donation. Bless your soul. All right, we are trying to have a resolution here for General 2 for the match between Koduckle and Criticals. So we will talk about that in a second here. and we'll see what we can do here. I'm just gonna be right back just for a split second. I'm gonna put my dishes away and stuff like that. So give me a split second. I'll be right back. Okay, we are figuring things out. Would anyone like to play a quick blitz match with me while we wait for people to come along? Anyone want to play blitz or anything like that? Okay, let's get that going. We might as well do something while we wait for our next matches to occur. So let's play a blitz. Let's play 3-2 blitz. I'm gonna post it here. Gussie menu. You can join. Just click that. Let's play a quick round here. All right, it's gonna be a little bit off because we don't have certain things. So let's just play. Let's see this. Gotta think this through. I'm scared, man. I'm not great at chess. Knight there, pushing back, bishop pressuring knight. I think I could pressure. Let's bring up the knight. Castle in there. I could bring that out front now. Let's think this through. I can pick it up. Should be fine. Is that safe? That's not protected by anything. I think that's a free pawn. That's a free pawn. We take those. Knight pressuring here. I could move. We have bishop here. That's fine. I'm okay with that trade. So see here, so for me personally, this is not something that threatens me because I have the bishop. I can leave the knight there and it wouldn't leave me at a huge disadvantage. But I could also protect it with the pawn here. I feel like I can go on the offensive here, just a little bit. So I'm going to pressure this knight. So that's my thought process here. You can take that bishop. You can take that knight. I'll take knight for knight. So that's counter pressure, right? Now they have to think, is the knight for knight worth it? No, they're going to defend. So now I now have an extra opportunity. My bishop's in the right position. I can move my pawn forward, defend the knight. And there's still no pressure on. There's no way I'm getting pressured on this bishop anytime soon. I feel like I can start engaging some trades here. Okay, I really wanted to engage a trade there, but that's okay. Let's go bishop e3 here. So take. Oh, I don't like this. This is not nice. Okay. So that's blocked. I can actually move this now. But where do I want to move it? Okay. Let's try moving forward. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm trying to think here. So we have that moving forward. I think... Oh, I'm running out of time. I just gotta play now. I'm at 18 seconds. Check. I totally forgot this was blitz. I was taking so much time on this. Now I can start my offense. I'll move up. I need my time back. I'm running out of time. Pawn up. Ooh, I did not see that. That's fine. Move back. Ooh, that's smart. Well played. Well played. That pawn's stuck there. I can probably... Nope, that's going to be GG. Well played. Well played. I totally forgot this was blitz. I said blitz 3-2, and I totally forgot it was blitz. Well played. GG. All right. Well played. So we don't have time for another. We are going to get our round 3 started because we are heading into our final 2 games here. So we will be starting match for both of these games here. And we will see. So I will probably stream Sigurino's. So we're just going to join the live chess there. So just for those watching here, unsure of what the bracket looks like right now, this is what the bracket looks like. We did verify what the match before was about. And so we have here Jesu and Kodako in semifinals, as well as Chess Moteo getting all the way to semifinals because quarterfinals we had a DQ. So now fighting Sigurino 35 here. So our next match is going to be Chess Moteo versus Sigurino 35, and we're going to get started here. So we're just waiting for the match to get started here. This is semifinal, so we do have our finals coming up as well. So it's going to be a great time. So just making sure we have all our people ready to go here. So we're having some trouble setting up right now our game. So trying to verify that. Just waiting for this to turn into playing before we get started here. Gonna need some water here. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. Oh, we are getting started finally here. Gonna switch over there. And here we go. We got Sigurino on white and then Jay on black. So queen's pawn opening. We have knight protecting, knight attacking. Next thing would probably be to reverse it. I don't know about that one. The next thing probably would have been here or even here. Thank you, Janie. Thank you. So we have the protection here. Now the knight is pinned. This is looking really bad. This is looking really bad. Take. Doesn't matter. He has to move his king. It's over. That's GG. That's first game. Huh? He lost his whole left side. All of his left side is gone. His whole left side is gone. Oh my goodness. All right, queen moves up, pressuring the knight. Gonna have to put pawn up here, move the knight to a different position. Try to get another edge here. This is not good. All right, we have knight here. Now we have the fork, which means king has to move, and there goes the second rook. Second rook is now gone. And that's going to be resignation. That's going to be 1-0 for Sigurino, playing that so smoothly. Playing that super, super smoothly. And now we have the flip here. We are going to go into Sigurino winning first match. As we move on into game 2. Queen start, pawn from Jay. So queen's pawn. We got knight pawn up. So that's going to allow the bishop to come out as well. Or bishop here and pressure here. Good. Knight defense is good on that one there. Usually from here we do see I believe it's a king's pawn to charge that and then have this whole diagonal towards the rook here. I believe that's what you want because then the rook's stuck. I think he's going for the same fork. I feel like he's going for the same fork. Not entirely sure, but that's my guess. My guess is that he's going for the same fork. We'll see how Jay defends against it. Okay. There it is. Protection on the knight, which is going to get that diagonal here. Now the rook is in danger. Because the bishop is out, the rook has no defense now. This is a lot of pressure. Bishop takes bishop, yeah. Knight for bishop, I don't know if that's fully worth it. That knight, ooh. Okay. That's supposed, I don't know, that's just straight into death, yeah. Trade for trade, okay. So now we have dark bishop gone with knight gone, and then dark bishop gone with knight gone. So it's still even. It's straight even. That trade was even. So we have knight here. That's going to be the same pressure. That's going to still be pressuring here. He's trying to go for the knight or for the rook. The rook's going to move. Yeah, there's the castle. It's still anyone's game here. Jay's playing a much stronger game in game 2. Like Jay's playing this really well. He's playing very defensively. He's like he's playing this pretty well. That was a smart attack. This is a good attack as well. Knight's gonna have to back off. You can't take the knight just yet, obviously. You want to develop your other pieces. Maybe not there. You do want to develop your other pieces. You could even castle here. I think castling here is not a bad idea. You do want to move this up, get the bishop out as well. I don't know about that one. Do you really want these knight-knight trades? That's not good, because now your queen's going to get pressured. Right? That's pressured here. You have to back off the queen now. North Bikini Bottom, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Bless your soul. I forgot to add the alert box. Hold on a second. That's what I forgot. Thank you so much again. North Bikini Bottom, thank you so much for the Prime sub. We really appreciate it. For those that don't know, all proceeds, all donations, all sub money, they all go directly towards tournament deposits. So like any money that we make is not towards us, it's always towards the community. We want to make our community grow. We want to make these tournaments worthwhile for you guys. So thank you so much for all the subs and all the donations that you guys have put in so far. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to building up creating more tournaments and more fun community games and streams for you guys. Like this, okay, so going back to the game here, this defense, scary. They're all on white squares, right? That's scary. You don't like that's a wall that's really hard to break through now, because every time you try to charge through it, you have to you get pressured. So this here he has to bring bishop out, or he has to move rook. Like this rook should have been out here a long time ago. And you'll notice that Josh has set it up so that all his pieces... Okay, goodbye. That's a free rook. All his pawns are on white squares because the bishop is on a white square. This bishop cannot touch this wall. The moment it touches that wall, the bishop dies. So this is a preemptive attack. Like, if we look back to what he played earlier, like, of course, yeah, that's going to be GG for that rook. If we look back to what he played earlier, with the bishop trade, I believe he was back here. Like, he really gave up the dark bishop there, right? That was a free dark bishop, and ever since that dark bishop was played, he moved his pawns in a way that builds him that wall, that forever wall. And now, this is GG for white. We have the queen pressure. He has to move in this direction. Queen's gone. You could take queen here, but pressure on the king. King's going to keep moving. King has to keep moving. Yeah, his ratings, he started at like 15, I think he started at like 1550, and the cap is 1600. So I think he hits over 1600 after this game. Okay, pressuring the rook here, but that rook's going to check it. King now has to back off. And the queen's going to swoop in for the kill. And then has to back off this way. DQ after this match. That's kind of fun. Imagine if we kept that strict of a limit on tournaments. Like, no, you can't do it because you hit 1600, so you have no choice but to lose your next match. Just resign. Moving back, queen's gonna keep going, pressuring the king. Has no choice but to keep backing off. These pawns are just gonna keep moving forward. It's scary. Queen can just move up. And there's checkmate. GG. Well played. And that's going to be 2-0 on the side of Sigurino 35. And that's going to be game. Yeah, honestly, this game was even at the beginning. Like, it was actually so even. What happened was the trade happened here. I think it was move 9. Like, this was fine. And then it just broke. Like right here. This is where it just turned so bad. This right here. Moving the queen back, being unaggressive. And now, so let's look at this game here. Let's look at this game here. This game here, white pawn, white to white, knowing that the dark bishop is gone. He knows the dark bishop is gone. He knows he only has a white bishop left, or a light bishop. So he's just going to move up like this. That's his next two, right? 1, 2, and boom. Now you have a full-on defense against the light bishop. This is worthless now. This is worthless. This like, it sucks. But like, that's what Sigurino was planning for. He traded the dark bishop, and knowing that the dark bishop's gone, he's like, oh, okay, I have my pawns in a light triangle here. I moved this up. It's on a light square too, so I'm just going to defend the rest of it. Now the bishop's obsolete. The queen can't go in until getting into a dangerous position anyways, and has no protection because there's no knights, right? So this was really well played by Sigurino, understanding what the opponent has, right? And playing around it. But then when we keep going, so far so good, but then this happened. This is okay. This is not a losing situation. You can definitely get out of this. You can even pressure this way and then move the knight, or even move the rook and then pressure this way. You can definitely do that. But the issue here was he moved rook. This was like, oh, you're screwed. He moved rook. Sigurino took time to check to guarantee that the rook could not move. Once that was guaranteed, the king had to move, and he swooped in for the kill. Then from here, this situation, once again, that defense that we were talking about here, right? The defense that we're talking about, which was the whole the white bishop defense here, he could move, for example, rook here. He can't take this. This is not a good square to take. He moves up d4, right? So let's say he moved up d4. Then what would Sigurino do here? So he can't check here. Checking here would be bad. He could technically come in to pressure, right? But now he has all of this rook space to work with here as well. Like, there's so much he could do that he can get away with a lot of stuff here, I feel like. He could pressure the rook here. Rook has no idea what he's gonna do, but it's still defended. Like, there's a lot of options. Bishop does get stuck here if he does this. But it is what it is. So that's going to be the game here. Let's look at the updated bracket here. And we're going to join into our other game here. Pawning Rookie versus Kodoko is our next match here. So Pawning Rookie versus Kodoko. This is game 2. So I'm just going to put up here what the match info is right now. So this is Jesu 1-0 against Kodoko. So Jesu 1-0 against Kodako. Oh man, the respectable 9.6 accuracy. That's so funny. Keck W. All right, we have the king check here. We're going to have the bishop defense. We have the castle, so that's going to be disadvantageous. Mainly because you have advantage. You have pressure on the king. You had it pinned down. You had the knight to support it. You could have probably pushed up here, actually done a double here, double whammy here. I feel like pushing knight, bishop, pawn forward and then pushing in would have been okay. Even this bishop here, it would have been better if we had the dark square pawn here. Because if we go here, right to here, that would be much harder. So we have bishop to g4, pressuring the knight, pinning the knight down, but technically the pawn defends it. But the whole point here is pinning the knight down because of the queen here. This bishop's still protected, which is well played. Okay, gonna take the knight. Pawn takes bishop. Honestly, this might be not a bad move. Even this would have been a better move. That was straight towards bishop. That bishop's going to take rook, and then queen takes bishop. I don't know if that's a good trade. No, bishop for rook is always a good trade. But gonna back off. Hold on a second. That rook's still alive. Please protect it. Please. What is happening? Wait, what is happening? Why is this rook still alive? Am I crazy? Am I dumb? Am I just not seeing the big picture? I would have 100% taken that rook there. That would have been a sick trade. Okay, take bishop. Bishop pressuring knight, but that's fine because we have bishop and queen protection here. It's not pinned down. I believe you want to get the ball rolling. They're set up for the big moves later. You're right. We never know. Maybe I'm not seeing something. Yo, honestly, not gonna lie to you, I'd start pushing down, dude. That pushing down here, queen takes, sure. But that allows for you to do some crazy janky stuff. So like pawn takes, queen takes, rook takes, fork, right? And then queen takes, knight takes. That was my thought. So pawn, queen, rook, and then queen either has to back off or no, knight protects rook, knight, and then rook. It doesn't matter. Either way, I think black wins out. Let me redo that. One, take, take. Take. Oh no. White wins out that one, actually. White wins out because of rook. And the pawn, that's right. You are correct. Okay. Okay, here we go. We have the box here. They're boxed up, ready for a rumble. This is unfortunate, though. Double pawn here. That is unfortunate. Takes. Takes. The knight has to move. I think if the knight moves... I think if the knight moves, it might be advantageous. Queen takes. Here comes the trades. Knight takes. Pawn takes. Bishop takes queen, and it's GG. There it is. So bishop takes queen. And now Kodako's in a rough spot. Kodako's in a really rough spot now. Kodako's thinking about what to do. Honestly, I'd be panicking in this situation too. I'd probably resign shortly after. That bishop, that pawn's technically protected, but this king is going to be in a really rough spot very soon. Whoops, that's not my guess. The good thing is all of the important pieces are on light squares. This bishop's on a dark square right now. Queen isn't everything. I mean, I guess so, but to still have a queen up, you're asking for, like, the queen and two rooks is significantly stronger. Yeah, there's going to be the resignation. Yeah, so that's going to be GG. Well played by So well played by Jesu and Kodako. GG's, well played. Let's look at the bracket here. That's going to be updated now. Let's update this match here. Game 2 has been verified. And that's going to be confirmed. We do have the... It should be 1-2-0. So we have here 2-0, and we're on to our final match. Give us 1 second as we try to discern what's going on here. So we might need to give Jesu a little bit of time. Yeah, but let's look back. Pawn to c3, which move are you talking about in particular? From where? Are you talking about right here? After the queen lost? So if we do like pawn to c3, yeah, that takes pressure here. Is that completely worth it though? Yeah, like that would be fine, and then I could start pressuring in, honestly, with the queen. It has complete space, free space here. These two spots are clear. That's what Sigurino's saying. Other than that, I feel like there's very little could have done, honestly. Um, would have to start building forward. I feel like you could just start taking trades too, forcing trades. No, that'd be a terrible. What am I saying? Like, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot you could do. You just have to play it to advantage. Or even from here, would just be bam. King has to move. Take a rook. Right? Really rough situation here. Sure. Sure, we can interview. When you're up for material, look for ways to trade off pieces and get the queens off the board. Yeah, exactly. If you have advantage, you push that advantage. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I have advantage. I'm gonna pack off, play safe." I'm like, but the whole point is that you're at advantage, so you should push. Um, hello,
Huh? Hello?
hello.
Hello.
So, how do you feel after your your two matches with Sigurino here?
I got destroyed. Get destroyed.
Yo, your first game was rough, but the second game was pretty good.
I don't know.
Your second game was good until you blundered your rook.
Yeah, and then
Like it was actually like like you were doing very well, and then you totally missed the rook.
then I had the mind block, you know?
Yeah, and then after that, it was just downhill. Honestly, you played much better on the second game.
Yeah. And I was like, please be merciful. It
What
was
made
like a
you decide to join?
450 versus
It's
1,599.
okay.
Come on.
I'm 300 too. Doesn't matter. We're the same.
Yeah.
What made you join the chess tournament this time around?
You know, I just wanted to play chess. That's it. And then
Okay, that's fair.
I just got some of my friends to join the tournament. Gussie Minu, shout out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gussie Minu saying you're gonna be next chess grandmaster. No
Yo,
cap.
of course, of course, of course. Yo, I'm gonna
Yo,
be Hikaru.
Zingrino, you hear that? Josh, he wants guidance to become next chess grandmaster. I mean, you got lucky. You got lucky with the placement in the bracket. You
Yeah,
didn't have to play quarterfinal,
yeah.
which means you technically got fourth place in the tournament out of 16, which is great. That's top 25. That's amazing.
Yes. Very
How do you
lucky.
feel?
I I did not expect this to happen. That's why I named myself Chess Monteo. I I thought I was gonna lose the first round, but I won, and then I went into the semifinals right away, and I did not expect that. And I got destroyed.
Were your first matches like the first match against Chili Bear? Was that like? Would you say that was like pretty equal, even?
Uh, mm, like the first round was, I mean, first set was easy. I mean, it was not easy. It was actually equal, and then the second set it was pretty easy for me.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
and
good. We
then
wanted like a
yeah,
fairly equivalent match as best as possible.
yeah.
You got anything to say to the viewers at home before we move on into the finals of today?
Oh, um, oh, put your mask on, hand sanitizer, always. You know, COVID-19. I love you guys. I don't know you guys, but I love you guys. You guys love me too, right? Yeah, I know, I know. Okay, bye bye.
All right, you guys heard it here, folks. You guys better put on your mask and do hand sanitizer for Jay here. Otherwise, you get COVID. That's what he said. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you once again for joining our tournament, Jay, and we'll see you in the next one. So we have our finals here. Just want to make sure that Jay, Sue, and Sigurino are good to go. Or if they're not, I want to see how long we need to wait before that happens. So just want to confirm. Just give us a moment while we confirm the matches here. Looks like both players are good to go. We are going to be starting the match here. So we have the match now ongoing. Jesu versus Sigurino 35. This is for first place. Our grand finals here. But give me a moment while I use the washroom. Because I need to use the washroom. All those hydrate checks earlier are getting to me. So I'll be back. Have fun with the chair stream. Give me a second. Okay, I am back. Oh, now you're making me get what? Okay, hold on. Can we like up the point value to like 1,000? Cause 100 is mad low. People start with 300 when they like join a channel. 100 is way too low for a hydration. I'll adjust it later. Not today. We'll do that on another time. Losing to timeout is pain. I guess so. Hold on, my door is not closed. Okay. All right, we have the game underway now. Let's take a look here. Sigurino versus Jesu. Our last game of the tournament here. This is for all the marbles. We're looking for a good match here between these two players. Our top two players here. Our top two players here. Let's see how much work they're about to put into these matches here. Sigurino starting with white. We have pawn moving up. Bishop defending knight. Pawn, bishop moving up here. Castle. Really strong defense here on the right side with the king. Knight moving up to protect. Rook's going to move into a better position. Bishop moving up here. Pawn moves up. Getting that nice diagonal defense here. Might be seeing a knight push up maybe. Or maybe, yeah, knight push up maybe. Want to get the bishop out. Not specifically there, but probably want the bishop out here. Rook's in a really good spot. That's what you want, especially after castling here. And he's gonna take the charge. Okay, pawn takes pawn. Knight to e4. Another hydrate. I hate you guys. All right. We have knight to c6. Knight takes knight. Bishop takes knight. Bishop takes bishop. Queen takes bishop. Whoa, that's considered a blunder? Wait, why is that a blunder? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let's try to think this through. Let's try to think this through. Why is this a blunder? Bishop pressure can be unpressured by moving pawn forward. I want to go back here. Hold on. This is considered a blunder, and I'm trying to figure out why. If this was like a chess puzzle, why is this considered a blunder? Knight. Interesting. We'll come back to that. Okay, so bishop to e4, rook to d8, pawn to h3, bishop to e6, backing off. Jesu has those rooks in a good spot, but that bishop, I think he's going for a trade here. Okay, gonna castle. So e6 takes the knight, pawn takes bishop. So we have knight versus bishop. Bishop on light squares. We have the castle, pawn to e4, pressuring the knight. Knight's gonna move. Bishop's being pressured. Rook can't take because pawn is protecting. Pawn pressuring knight because that bishop's protected. Gonna trade. Rook. So now it's a queen, 2 rooks, while Jesu is up a pawn. Jesu is up 1 pawn. Wait! That's interesting. He is letting it go. He's like, hey, come get it. This is like a big noob trap. So like people are like, ooh, delicious rook, and then immediately gets destroyed by the other rook. Right? And then you're down a queen. So really want to be careful about these plays here. He doesn't take the bait, obviously. Right? So he's gonna push down rook here. I'm wondering how he wants to take his approach to these pawns here. This is interesting. I honestly have... This is where I'd be stuck. I wouldn't be sure how to pressure my opponent here. Yeah, pawn moving forward, stopping pawn from advancing. He's going to go rook on rook. Okay. Rook takes rook. He's saying that's an advantageous situation for him. We are going oh no, it's 7 pawns to 7. It's exactly equal on both sides. So now here we go. This is the pressure. So this all depends on how you play and how the opponent responds to your plays. This is actually super high level. I'm enjoying this a lot right now. So right now, what that queen position does, he's locking down this position here, which has advantage. So queen has advantage on the king. The pawn can no longer move. So it takes pawn. Like, this is rough. This is hard. This is like really hard endgame. Nope. Oof, that's going to be a blunder. He's going to take that right away. Kirekos, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. The rook is now gone. King's going to move up, and now we have full advantage on the side of white. Going to check the king. King's going to have to back off. He's going to take the queen, check again, take the pawn, check again. It's going to be over and over and over again. Okay. This rook needs to come out. Rook needs, the queen needs support. The queen calls for aid! So he's going to slowly just strip away all these pieces. I think at this point, this queen needs to start doing the same. Yeah, this queen needs to do something. King's going to move up. I feel like this queen should back off now. This queen needs to be in a better spot. Queen check. King moves. Has to back off this way. I think he's going to pull the knight, a rook out now. Yep. And then he's going to go bam, bam. I'm pretty sure it's here. Right? Nice. And then next one has to move up. And it's GG. Nice. There it is. That's first game. First game goes to Sigurino, playing some clean chess. Both sides, honestly, both sides. I'm more confused about that one blunder we saw earlier. Was it this one? Yeah. What move was supposed to be next? I honestly have no clue. That was considered a hard blunder. Like white should have lost there. I honestly have no clue. Bishop moving out first. Wow, fast. That was a pre-move. That was 100% a pre-move. Knight here, knight here. Yeah, man, people doing hydrates like forever. I'm gonna get fat on water. Takes bishop. I'm assuming queen takes bishop. Queen moves up. Interesting. Oh, now Janie going for the hydrate with 1K. Hopefully I have to go to the washroom after this game ends, you know? That's a big blunder. Or that was considered a big blunder. Let's see here. If queen moves here, who has advantage? Interesting. Well, we have the e4, pressuring the queen. Pressuring this queen. Knight moves in. Gonna castle, protect the king. That's gonna be a queen trade because he knows he's ahead by a little bit on position wise. They both traded exactly what they needed to, and that's gonna be another trade here. But I don't. That's gonna be a really bad pawn position though. Probably wants to push this up and this along with it. Knight goes here. Honestly, bishop. I think that's the best call up. Okay, let's go back here. If bishop goes here, what's knight gonna do? Right? Knight has to move, pressuring. Okay. Is he gonna move in the rooks? Whoops, that's not my guess. Oh my gosh, I was actually right on the c4 pawn. Bishop take can pressure the knight. Pawn takes pawn. Gonna push up. King to e7. I'd say move your pawn up. I don't know about that one. If you're gonna move, you might as well move it too. But that would lock the bishop down. Gonna move his rook to a stronger position down the line. This is where you move your pawn up to protect it. I guess he's trying to protect light squares now. Okay, moving the rook into position here. Pawn moves to a5. Pawn takes pawn. Rook takes pawn. Now the rook is out, pressuring the bishop. But the bishop is protected here. Honestly, I would have done something like this. That's my thought. That pressures the rook. Rook has to back off because then it's just rook trade. And I don't think that trade is worth it for the position that that Sigurino's in. Moving the pawn up. I think it goes trade, trade, trade. Or yeah, it doesn't matter which pawn starts it, but it's going to be a winning trade. Yeah. And then free pawn, can't take knight because of pawn. think it's this way. Oh! I wish this could work, but the rook protects it. Okay, he's gonna pressure the rook here. Gonna trade rooks. Bishop's gonna go, pawn's gonna go. Now he's up a rook and a knight. The king has to move. The king has to move. All Sigurino has to do is start clearing out the pawns and stopping the rook. Oof. Jesu's in a tough spot right now, so he is going to move corner. Pawn's going to make queen. Going to take back, take. Oh, this is not a good situation for Jesu. You just got to push up. Just got to keep pushing. Queen, king has to move. And that's going to be resignation. GG's to Sigurino, 35. Pushing above 1600 after that last game. And that's going to be GG's overall. Well played to both players. It's going to be GG's on the side of Sigurino, 35. And that's over. Good games to everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into the tournament. This has been really fun to cast, although once again, I'm not the greatest chess player. I don't aim to be. So hopefully my casting was still entertaining enough for you viewers at home. But thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. All of you coming out. Please, if you're interested in our next tournament, please come join us on our Discord. !Discord in chat. We'll give you our Discord invite link. Please join us. We're going to overhaul our Discord. We're going to try to be more active. Us admin are going to try to be more active on it. Please join us. We'd be happy to have you within our community. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you in the next one. Let's take a look at what's happening here. I think we just want to do a final interview here. My friend, oh, I moved to my friend.
Hello, sir. How are you doing?
Hello, welcome back. I'm doing good. How are you?
I am fantastic.
Honestly,
Thank you for the follow. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem, yo. You're streaming too, yo. Exactly. Both games, yo, it was intense.
That was intense. My opponent was playing really, really well. Like, yeah, I was just looking at the analytics. Like, my opponent played 76 accuracy at the end there. That was absolutely fantastic. Yo, I'm being rated right now, actually, while I'm in the middle of an interview. So this is an interesting experience.
There you go.
Yeah, so but it's your interview. Feel free.
So you're back for a second time for the interview, of course. But now that you're the winner of our CEL chess tournament, I mean, people were saying in chat, they're like, "Yo, he hit 1600. He should be DQ'd after." I'm like, he's like.
every game that I was setting up before it, I made sure to make sure that the lobby was an unrated lobby. And then in the finals there, it was his lobby. I didn't have control over that. He made it rated, and I picked up
Yep.
6 points.
That's how it is. That's how it goes. And now you've hit above 1605. It's okay. Don't worry. We won't DQ you. We are fair and just, and you have deserved this win.
I started under 1600. I only got there more recently, Yeah, I was just I was looking through the analysis if you want to talk about the games.
Yeah, absolutely. Game 1 and game 2. I have game 2 open. I don't think I can look at the moves for game 1 as well. But let's talk about game 2.
Do you want me to Discord screen share and you can show people what I'm like pointing at?
Sure. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Because there's some moments in that game. Like the first game, I should have lost. I straight up should have lost. And I knew this when it happened, and people watching me on my stream saw me freak out because I entirely blew the game.
Oh, wasn't that one blunder? That queen blunder?
No, move 12 of the first game. I played I played queen e2. It was a queen move blunder, yeah. I played queen e2, hanging a pawn fork. All you had to do was push e4. And so e4 is right here.
I see.
Right?
Okay.
Which attacks the bishop and the knight and is defended by the rook, so I can't just take it with my own bishop. And instead, he played a bishop pin. And I think the analysis is going to tell me, yeah, I probably only have one move to get out of it. Show lines. Yeah, I only have one move to get out of it, which is bishop e4, and I found it. So then I was back to an even position. Here I kick the bishop out. I trade pieces. I go for this endgame, which has a weakness in his pawn structure. And then I eliminate the bishop. And here you see the position on the evaluation bar is still actually pretty even. But then I was kind of curious why rook e7 or rook d7 got played. I thought that was a bit of a mistake, and it turns out I was right. But then I took the pawn, and that was a mistake somehow because of I don't know what. I should have just taken the other pawn. I took the wrong pawn. But the reason I took this pawn is because I saw this idea of forking the rook and the king. And then he played a move that allowed me to do that, and I took the rook. And at this point, the evaluation is +10. It's essentially over. And then it was just a matter of playing as many checks as I can, forcing him out, and then bringing my rook forward. And then I found mate in 1, which was really convenient.
It was that f5 pawn was rough. That was not... Yeah, that was the move that shouldn't have happened. The issue here that I saw was that Jesu didn't move his queen for like the whole match after that point. That queen did not move.
Unfortunately, like when did the queen get there? The queen got there on I hit
pretty early actually. Queen got there.
So this is move 24.
Move 20.
So the game ended 10 moves later, and the queen hadn't moved. But like, okay, that's an okay choice. That's an okay choice. So that's 2 moves. This is a little bit questionable. And then from here on out, I made it so that the queen wasn't allowed to move. Every move I played here was with check, except for this one.
Except for this that one, but that's just clearing. Yeah, that's just clearing thing. And I was calling that out too. Yeah, I said f6. Yeah. Queen f6 would have protected your king, but you're still in a really hard losing situation.
Yeah, I mean, you're down 3 pawns and a rook. It's really hard to win that. And then I played a few more checks and forced him out in the open, and then found mate. So that was game 1. But again, there's just this pawn fork, right? So, and as soon as I played this, I started screaming on my chat. And you see, like I played that in 7 seconds. Like I played it way too fast.
Yeah, you played it pretty quickly.
And it turns out to be a complete blunder, right? Like it should have cost me the game. But then game 2, I apparently I missed his blunder. Apparently,
just he had a huge blunder too, and I was trying to figure out what that blunder was.
I have no idea why. Because
so what move is that?
It's move 7. Move 7, playing queen to c3. I thought it was a mistake because I had my knight jumped, and I thought that the knight jump was a good move. But apparently, it's a missed win. It's
a missed win.
It's a missed win. Attacking
Hold on,
let's try
to break this down. Let's try to figure out why that's a missed win. I'm trying to. It can't be a 1-turn missed win, is it?
No. It apparently the line is e5, and then you can take. But if you take the pawn, then I play bishop b4. Oh, aha! So it's a missed win because what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my pawn attacking your bishop.
Right.
And at the same time, I'm going to open my bishop to pin your queen to your king.
Oh, I see that now.
Right?
Okay.
So
yeah,
if I play here and you do anything other than move your queen or move your king, I will pin it and win it. Right? And if you do move your king or your queen, I will win your bishop, which is why the evaluation is -3, because that's the value of a bishop.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So if we move
So
on here,
and
you
that's
still have
actually a
huge
move.
advantage.
That's a move I expect myself to find generally, because as a thematic pattern in chess, anytime you see the queen and the king on the same diagonal or the same file, the same rank, you need to be thinking, what piece can I get defended to attack it? And here,
Yeah.
it should have just been like, oh yeah, well, if I could get my dark square bishop there, well, how do I get my dark square bishop there? Well, I need to move my pawn. Do I move it here or do I move it here? Well, this attacks a bishop.
Yeah,
So I
it
do
attacks
this.
the bishop. I'm like playing it out right now, assuming that the pawn moves to b4 instead of taking the thing. You take pawn to f4, take the bishop. Then it's still bad because you still have bishop to pin queen down, and you have your queen there still.
Yeah, so the engine is suggesting that I play e5 and white just castles and gives up the bishop.
Oh, just castle.
Right. Because castling seems actually to be the best move, because your king then is positionally much more stable. It's castled, it's safer, and your queen is no longer under that threat. So now if the bishop jumps out here, the queen will just walk away.
I doubt I would have thought that though. If I was playing white, I definitely would have just either taken the bait, like fallen for your bait, or just pushed up pawn to b5. Then you would take my bishop on e4, or f4, and then I'd completely be screwed. You just literally pin me down anyways. I'd have like no idea what I could do. Because then, so if I take like pawn there, I'd be like, oh, what do? I'd move pawn to a3. And then honestly, there's so little I could do. I'm like looking at this, and I would panic. I would nonstop panic because it'd be you could move pawn to a5, and it'd be complete advantage the whole way through. If pawn initiates trade, it's over.
Yeah, it's insane. But okay, I missed it. We go back to what is an even game. Also, I think someone was saying in your chat that it's not showing my screen, but that is also okay.
Yeah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing off of what my setup is right now.
Okay. Yeah. So then I in this position think about, okay, not just okay, how do I win the match, but how do I win the game? How do I win the match? I win the match by drawing this game, and so I'm going to be really BM and ugly and just try to trade all the pieces off and go for a draw. And what ends up happening is I play. I don't know if you guys know the chess lore memery, but I play King E7, which is the delayed bung cloud, which is a great meme. And if you don't know what it is, look it up. I played Rook C8, which ends up being an inaccuracy, but I was looking at playing the move B4, and I felt like I needed to have a rook down there to defend the C pawn. Turns out I didn't. That's okay. But then he played Rook D1, and that gave me the chance to play A5. And A5 was because you can push up. I was really happy with that. Yeah, because now I'm trading, and I've just activated my rook, and I got an open file, and you saw like I just controlled the open file from here. He gave away a pawn by pushing. I think what he looked at here, and what I saw at first, is when he pushes the pawn to D5. If I take back after C captures on D5 and D captures on D5, now black to capture.
Right.
If I take with the pawn instead of the knight, there's actually bishop takes knight, king takes bishop, and rook takes pawn. And suddenly you've opened up a bunch of files, you've traded material evenly, and it's much better for white. But I take with the knight instead, right?
With knight, yeah.
Right. I take with the knight. It gives me more pressure on that pawn on C3. And now I just start pushing pawns at the bishop, and I say, okay, bishop, you got to get off of the line of defense of this pawn, and I'm going to take the pawn. And then my opponent decided to go for a rook trade. But the problem with this rook trade is I trade rooks, and then I take the bishop.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I take the bishop, I'm up enough material, and I have a passed pawn that's already super far down the board that I will just push it, dislocate the rook, and then take the rook. And then I've already cut the king off from that side of the board, so I'll just shove my other pawn down there, and then he resigns, which is an appropriate reaction.
Decision. Yeah. I mean, at this point, you're up knight, rook, and then you're about to get your you got your second queen.
Yeah.
Or third queen, technically.
But I mean, like, my opponent played super well. So he played, 76 and 81 accuracy in both games, which is very good.
Yeah.
I was super impressed. It was a fantastic game. But yeah, so I want to say, like, sweet thanks for putting the tournament on and stuff. I think that it was a blast to be a part of again, and I look forward to events happening in the future.
Yeah, no, thank you for joining. And I think we never made this announcement, so I'm going to tell you now. This tournament was offered to the community, and Josh as well probably doesn't know, but this tournament here was offered to the community as a for fun tournament. It was a free to play, free to enter. We did not state that there were any prizes.
Oh no,
However,
there's prizes. No,
there are prizes.
Oh man,
there are prizes. And we did not announce that. We did want to announce it at the end of it all for the two winning players of the tournament. So first and second both get prizes, not just first place. So congratulations. We'll message you on how to get that. So you and Jesu will both be winning prizes. You both, once again, both of you played phenomenal games at the end there. I honestly have no complaints. It was playing so well all the way through, and I wouldn't have even done better myself for sure. I'm garbage, so. But yeah, thank you for coming in and joining and supporting us at CEL. And as we support you and your streams, if you want to plug in your stream or where people can find you and your chess genius.
So I'm at twitch.tv/Sigurino. I'll plug it in here. I'll just put it in the chat. I stream chess a ton of the time. I stream some League of Legends as well. If you guys want to see my thought process through the entire tournament, it's going to be in the VOD, but it might be muted a lot because I played a bunch of, unlicensed music. So it was, it's a blast. Thank you for letting me plug my stream, Tommy.
No problem.
And, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to whatever CEL is doing next. I think there's a league split coming in the summer. Woohoo!
There is one coming in the summer, and now that you bring it up, I think I'm allowed to share what it is. We are having another one-day league tournament, and that's coming up probably within the next 2 months, and it is going to be an ARAM tournament.
Nice.
So it's going to be ARAM, just trying to mix it up instead of making it just all intense SR. That way ARAM is more casual. It doesn't have to worry about ranks or anything too much, at least not too much. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. So we will have an ARAM tournament. We have more announcements and we have lots of things coming your way. So Sigurino, bring your boys and show up.
Sir.
And we'll have a great time.
Awesome. Sounds like a blast, man.
All right. With that will end the tournament. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Us at CEL really appreciate it. Give Sigurino, Josh here, another round of applause. Another big round of applause for winning the tournament. Congratulations to Sigurino and Jesu for winning the prizes for our tournament. And once again, we stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. We have our miscellaneous interview on Wednesday at 8 p.m. And we will have our community games on Friday. And on Monday, I'll probably play some more Guilty Gear Strive or something like that. So otherwise, have yourselves a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you so much for your support. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.